so much fun. It was honestly like the best week, and I wish I could do that more often. It was a girls' trip, I guess you could kind of call it. It was kind of planned mostly last minute, pretty much within a month. And then we actually, like the place I work for has a Melbourne office. So I actually work with people in the Melbourne office, and I know people in the Melbourne office, so I just decided for a change of scenery just to work there for a week. But I wanted to do some things in Melbourne, so I ended up just taking off. Well, I tried to take off Monday and Friday. So I had the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the office. So it didn't really go according to plan, but we flew on the Saturday afternoon. So that first night couldn't be included in the accommodation, so we just stayed in a hotel. And yeah, we just went out. One of my girlfriends was recently single, so she just wanted to go out. So we went out for dinner and then tried to find dance places around Melbourne. I'll be honest, we kind of made the most of it, but I think there was like an article when we went through all the places on the list, like best places to dance in Melbourne CBD. So we went to all those places, but I actually think that I've been in previous years, and I think it's better in Fitzroy, and I've even heard from like people who live in Melbourne that it's like, yeah, better to go out in Fitzroy and South Yarra. I think that was kind of not so much the CBD, but yeah, it was still fun. And then on the Sunday we just had a chill day, brunch, the usual like Melbourne things, brunch, vintage shopping, and yeah, dinner. And we went to this lost and found market, the really popular place. I find it really overwhelming, and we were there pretty much, I think, until closing. But I think when I go with friends, I find it easier to find things. When I go by myself, it's just too much. I can't, like, it's just too much. So I'll just show you some of the things I found. I tried on a lot of different things, and they actually had a good selection that time. But yeah, so I bought this crochet top, and honestly, it's like so surprisingly versatile. It goes, like, you can wear it as, put it over the top of something. I've worn it, I think, even with like swimwear underneath. Yeah, it just can be styled so many different ways. So I really love it, and yeah, probably best purchase. But I will say I think it has shrunk a little bit. But anyway, it's 3/4 sleeve now, but I still don't mind. It still looks good. I also found these Emporium Armani pants. But yeah, the fabric is actually, I didn't realize at the time, the fabric's not the best, but it feels warm. Like it feels like wool, but I don't think it actually is. But yeah, it's like this beautiful color as well, and I find they're pretty easy to style. And they're a straight leg, so I don't think they will go out of fashion as much. But they are secondhand, so that's that pair. I'll put some photos of both of those items. And then I also found this top. Now, when we actually went, I only went with a carry-on, and usually in the past when I've been to Melbourne, it's really cold, and I've never been in October before, but it was quite hot. And in typical Melbourne fashion, the weather changes all the time. So I actually wore this a lot in Melbourne, and yeah, it's a just simple tank, but honestly, this was a lifesaver because I would have been sweating in all the items of clothing I brought because they were all long sleeve. So yeah, this was just almost a necessity at the time, but again, also very versatile. So yeah, that was what I bought at the vintage lost and found market. And then Monday I had planned to take off, but we had some deliverables that didn't get finished, I think, the week before. So I had to hop on the computer and do work from the Airbnb or the apartment. So pretty much Monday was unfortunately a bit of a write-off and didn't actually get to do the things I wanted to. But yeah, it's okay. We ended up we still got, I don't know, went to a bakery and got a coffee and like the usual thing. So it wasn't completely a waste. So yeah, we went shopping. We went to SWOP in Collingwood. Didn't really find anything there. Tried on some things, but yeah, nothing really that I particularly wanted, and just had Vietnamese for dinner. We also, I think, had souffle pancakes, which was really good. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I went to work, and I don't know what it is, but being in the Melbourne office, it just always revived my motivation for work, I guess. I don't know why, but I think I just like the feeling being in a big office. And the company I work for is a big company, but the Melbourne office is just, I don't know, there's a lot more happening, a lot more people. It was good to be in the office, and I caught up with some friends. And yeah, I'd usually go for my pastry and coffee, of course, because when in Melbourne. But what was great is a lot of the time I didn't have to buy lunch because there's always free food in the office, so that was also very handy.
How does this compare to the ones you had in Europe?
To work. So I went to Collingwood in the morning for coffee and I got him at 1. So excited. It was so good. And it actually finally matched to the ones in Copenhagen. The town. Walking to the bakery. I did some other shopping as well. So there was, on the Monday after work, when we met my friend in Collingwood, we just happened to go into the city centre, and there's like kind of where Emporium is, maybe like Melbourne Central area. There's like this store in the middle that looks kind of possibly Korean, but I'm not sure. Anyway, they had this beautiful little, I was like very obsessed with bows at the time. Yeah, little cardigan-y top thing. So yeah, it's really cute, got a slight flare sleeve. So yeah, I bought that. And yeah, on my final day that I took off was the worst weather. It was raining all day, it was horrible. It was it was the worst weather we had, which was really sad. But yeah, I just wanted to go to some shops that we don't have in Adelaide, which is typically what I like to do in Melbourne. And every time I go to Melbourne, I want to go to some different areas. So in the past, I hadn't been to Richmond or Armadale, which was two places that were very high on my list. We ended up, so Amanda and I, my friend who also had the day off, we just went to a French restaurant. But yeah, we just saw Richmond very briefly and just walked along some of the streets, and it's really quite nice. And then some furniture stores, I think, as well. And then Armadale, I didn't actually know that this store was here, but I have made the best discovery ever. And this is honestly my favourite store in the whole of Australia. So it's this brand here. They actually make the shoes in Italy, but they're designed by two people, I think, in Melbourne. And honestly, just such good quality. Leather shoes, so comfortable, just amazing. I don't have them here. Let me just go grab them. They are not cheap though, I will say. So I've worn these quite a lot now, but these chocolate Mary Janes, they are so soft and beautiful, and I love them. Honestly, favourite shoes. And they're a classic. So yeah, I was so happy to make this discovery after, it's pretty much so we caught the train to Armadale station, which is when you get off, there's like an arcade, I think it's called King's Arcade. So we walked through there, and literally right there is this store. So it was just happened to just come across it. Pretty much after that, I wasn't really interested in shopping anymore because I'd spent enough, and didn't really have any space. So yeah, that was like a really great way to end. And then pretty much my flight was very delayed. So we have, I ended up booking a separate flight to my friends. I don't know why, I just wanted to try and maximize my points going on the same airline. And usually this particular airline is so much more reliable than the one that they went on. But their flight was probably maybe 20 minutes, half an hour earlier. They managed to take off. There was a storm in Adelaide that was then coming over to Melbourne, I think, or the other way around. So I got stuck there. I had not had dinner because I was planning to have dinner when I got back. And I think we maybe took off at like 10 p.m. So it was delayed like so many hours. And I was so worried that we weren't going to be able to land because Adelaide has a curfew. So flights cannot come in after 11 o'clock. So I was really watching the clock, and luckily we ended up taking off and we made it back, but it was stressful. I don't know if I'll do that again, booking a separate flight.